The great mountain range, the Himalayas, have a unique, dazzling natural beauty and a valuable wealth of natural resources. The early morning sun rays first touch these mountain peaks. The mountains are covered with snow on one side and with lush green forests on the other. The state of Uttaranchal is located in the lap of the Himalayan range. Several rivers and water streams originate from this state that is made up from Garhwal and Kumaon. Large rivers like the Ganges and Yamuna also originate in the Himalayas. Because of unscientific overexploitation of natural resources and mismanagement of forest and water resources, severe problems have arisen. Residents of the region are facing a grave problem of water scarcity as they are affected by the landslides and soil erosion. Extensive urbanization, road construction, and the unscientific mining system has damaged the environment. Without adequate knowledge of soil and water conservation technology, farmers are compelled to cope with limited resources. The annual rainfall of Uttaranchal region is 1,700 to 2,000 millimeters, but 50% of the rainfall goes out to the plains as runoff from denuded hills and mountain slopes. In the same manner, every year about 20 tons per hectare of top fertile soil gets eroded. In the Doon Valley, 80% of the total rainfall occurs in the months of July and August. Research findings of the Middle Himalayas indicate that 45% of the rainfall goes out through subsurface flow and 5% through surface runoff. The lack of water harvesting structures result in non-availability of irrigation water for the farmers after the monsoon. The solution to the problem lies in the implementation of appropriate soil management and water harvesting activities. In the hills, it is not practical to construct big reservoirs. Similarly, in management of water resources, community participation is an essential component of villages. Integrated development of an area is possible only when the benefit of knowledge and achievements of farmers dwelling in the watershed are properly utilized. Keeping in view all these objectives, the Central Soil and Water Conservation Research and Training Institute, Dehradun, accepted the challenge of managing water resources through community participation. It was supported through the ambitious program of the National Agricultural Technology Project, which provided the necessary resources to take the technologies to the rural areas. Thus, the program to manage water resources through community action was started at Sainji in the Mussoorie Hills and in 4 villages, Soda Saroli, Bhopal Pani, Kalimati and Badasi under the Raipur block of Dehradun, with the promise that through the Institute Village Linkage Program, the water resources of the Ganges would be provided to the adopted villages. In the watershed at Sainji, in order to harvest the underground water flow, a tank of 80,000 litre capacity was constructed at a cost of 1,70,000 rupees. In terms of labour and local material, farmers contributed 22,800 rupees out of the total investment. The harvested water resource can be transported for irrigation by means of guls, that is, small channels, in an area of 15 hectares of agricultural land.
इस पानी के टैंक के बनने से हमें एक इतना बड़ा लाभ हो जाएगा कि हम पूरे वर्ष भर हम कम से कम 3-4 फसलें ले पाएंगे, साग सब्जी भी उगा पाएंगे। हमारी मकई की खेती, हमारी धान की और हमारे मटर काफ़ी अच्छे अब हो रहे हैं, उनकी उपज काफ़ी बढ़ रही है। हमारे क्षेत्र में बहुत ही भूमि कटाव होता था बारिश की वजह से, और इस संस्थान के माध्यम से अब तारों के वायर क्रेट यहाँ पर चेक डैम्स बनाए गए हैं, जिससे हमारी जो पानी की नहरें अब खंडित नहीं होती, जिससे गांव वाले काफ़ी खुश हैं।
In this region, to check surface runoff and sediments, 3,100 trenches and 775 pits were made in the area of 28 hectares. With the help of farmers, about 2,900 saplings of multi-purpose trees were planted. In order to control landslides, gabion structures were constructed. High-yielding seed varieties were distributed to farmers, and there was a relative increase in crop yield. The technique of the integrated farming system involving pig, poultry, fish and vegetable production is being demonstrated here.
केंद्रीय जल संरक्षण वालों ने हम लोगों की अनेक मदद की है, जैसे कि नाले बनाए हैं, मुर्गी फार्म, मच्छी पालन और अनेक और भी हम लोगों की मदद की है.
Besides water mills, which are the main means of grinding food grains in these hilly areas, were developed en route the streams arising from the reservoir. In the whole of Uttaranchal, 8 lakh water mills are operating. In the Sanji catchment areas, 28 mills are working. These water mills are one of the main employment sources in this region. But dried streams annihilated even this employment opportunity. With the development of watershed programs in this area, these water mills have been brought back to life. Annually, these water mills are used to grind 2,100 quintals of grain, mainly wheat, maize and spices. Water discharged from these water mills is used again for irrigation and for the production of electricity. Under the Institute Village Linkage Program, community participation was ensured in water management programs at Kalimati village. According to the need of the farmers, it was decided to dig out a water harvesting structure. 33 families from the village Kalimati and 17 from Badasi extended their participation. A small tank, 21 meters long, 8 meters wide and 2 meters deep, was dug out with the people's participation. The farmers contributed their labor and the institute provided the necessary material. A pump house was also constructed nearby to install a pump to lift water for irrigation. A diesel engine and pump were purchased by the farmers themselves and a pump house was constructed by the institute. The total cost of the tank was 2 lakh rupees and the tank was ready in 1998. Water stored in the tank was enough to provide 3 irrigations to 18 hectares of land. In the construction, farmers contributed 35% in terms of labor and 65% contribution was made by the institute. In order to have a system for using water, a water users society was constituted. It was decided that users of the created water resource would cover up the cost of construction. A social fund was created through this process and it recovered the expenditure of water resource generation and social welfare activities were also started. The availability of water brought about a social change in the village Kalimati.
इससे 2 फायदे हुए हैं जी. एक तो गेहूं हो जाता है खाने के लिए सब लोगों को और दूसरे जो भूसा हो जाता है वो हमारे पशुओं के लिए, क्योंकि पहले गेहूं तो आदमी खाने के लिए ले लेता था मगर भूसा नहीं खरीदता था. 2 फायदे हुए हैं और टैंक पे कम लगभग हमारा जो 70-75 हजार रुपया गांव वालों की भागीदारी लगी है वो लगभग 2 साल में ही करीब हम लोगों ने पूरी कर ली है. और उपज की जहां तक बात है सर, पहले तो प्रति हेक्टेयर करीबन 18-19 कुंटल गेहूं ही होता था और अभी जब से पानी का प्रबंध हुआ है तो कम से कम 28-29-30 कुंटल के लगभग. जैसी जमीन हो जहां पर थोड़ा अच्छी जमीन है वहां पर 30 कुंटल तक भी पहुंच जाता है.
They did not only harvest a bumper crop of wheat, but they achieved sufficient crop production in their fields. The farmers are happy today and enjoying the facility created. Success of this community water management miracle became a buzzword in nearby villages. Farmers of Bhopalpani, a village located slightly downstream, were surprised to see the bumper crop of wheat at Kalimati. Supply of water from Kalimati tank to Bhopalpani through underground pipes was arranged. The institute provided the pipes and farmers did free labor to complete the work.
तो हमने जो है सभी किसानों ने मिलके भरी गर्मी, इतनी गर्मी थी कि मई और जून के महीने में हम सभी लोगों ने मिलके काम किया है और जुलाई के महीने हम यहाँ पर पानी ले आए. आज हम 15 रुपये घंटे अपनी समिति में जमा कर रहे हैं कि लिया जाए. इस समय हमारी समिति में 6,000 रुपये जमा भी हो चुका है. वो हम अपनी टूट फूट के लिए हिसाब से काम कर रहे हैं अपनी समिति के ही अपनी लाइन पर ही. हमारे यहाँ पर पानी आ गया तो दूसरी फसल भी चालू हो चुकी है। अब दूसरी फसल ये आपके सामने दिख रही है कि आज 3 साल से लगातार लोग तीन साल से लगातार लोग जो है 2 फसलें कमा रहे हैं। जो यहाँ इस गांव में अक्सर लोग गेहूं चावल खरीदते थे, आज ये है कि खुद बेच रहे हैं। 270 लगभग 250 बीघे ऐसी कुछ ऐसा है जिसकी सिंचाई हो रही है। गेहूं इस टाइम बढ़िया है।
Today farmers of Bhopal Pani are prosperous and happy. The proper water resource management has made it possible to irrigate 42 hectares of these 2 villages. The cost of irrigation facilities could be recovered within 1 year owing to higher yields. Improvement in irrigation facilities enhanced the wheat yield by 100% as the production jumped to 33 quintals from 30 quintals per hectare. Land unfit for agriculture was brought under cultivation. Simultaneously, the income of the Water Resource Management Society has also increased. The success story of Kalimati and Bhopal Pani was repeated at the village Soda Saroli and Badasi. Farmers started showing their interest in development of horticultural crops due to the availability of water. Now in these villages, there are more than 10,000 mango plants besides improved varieties of papaya and amla. There was no well in this area, and today the farmers have had 13 wells dug out. During the period of water scarcity, these wells provide irrigation water to the owner as well as to the neighbors.
मैं यहाँ से 4 साल के लिए दूसरे गांव चल गया था, जब यहाँ कुछ होता था खेती में, क्योंकि वहाँ थोड़ी सी जमीन पानी वाली हमारी उसी पर निर्भर करते थे। फिर दोबारा लौट के फिर इसी गांव में आए जी हम। इतने हमारा केंद्र भूमि संरक्षण विभाग यहाँ गांव में पहुँच गया सर। अब मैं साल भर में 3 फसल लेता हूँ सर। यहाँ पर धान हो गई, मक्का हो गया, फिर फ्रांसबीन हो गई, फिर गेहूँ हो गया।
Small-scale industries are also reaping the benefits of water availability. The success of community efforts in management of water resources has become an inspiration for other villages too. 45 families of the village Pavala Soda were determined to generate water resources in their village for irrigation. They brought water to their village through a 3-kilometer-long underground pipeline and constructed a 70,000-litre capacity water harvesting structure. In the village, 25 hectares of land were brought under command area of irrigation. Today, one riser of 13 litres per second discharge capacity has been provided to each family. There are a total of 45 risers in this village. Thus, every farm family owns a tube well of their own.
सिंचाई की व्यवस्था है, ये संस्थान की बदौलत हुई है। यहाँ के कर्मचारी से लेकर एक वैज्ञानिक और निदेशक और इंजीनियरों ने इतना मेहनत हम लोगों के साथ की है कि ये पानी हम लोगों को पहुँचाया।
Women play a very important role in community water management. Participation of women and cooperation of farmers has helped solve the water problem. It has proved that with community participation, the resolution of the water crisis is possible and agricultural production can be augmented. The success of these villages can be repeated at other places also. Community water management has proved to be a strong mechanism to uplift the socio-economic conditions of villages. The state government is highly impressed by the achievements of the Central Soil and Water Conservation Research and Training Institute and is ready to provide all possible facilities and cooperation. The Union Agriculture Ministry has awarded the progressive local farmer, Sri Mangal Singh Rawat, the Krishak Shiromani Award. The technique of community management of water resources by this institute of the Indian Council for Agricultural Research has set up a very good model to follow. The joint efforts of farmers and scientists have paved a path to prosperity. By following this community participation approach, the farmers here will fulfill the dream of making Uttaranchal a prosperous and environmentally healthy state of India.